Hello. All right. So, how are we doing? Yummy. It felt like such a treat, like such a real dessert. And I really don't have any new insights for you this time. It was just a straightforward, just really simple. And, I relied on tea like I always do. This morning, we have a nice masala tea. So good. Oh, yeah, I took down this thumbnail. I have to change this thumbnail because it's Christmas. I finally took down Christmas. I hate that. I hate getting rid of the lights, but there's this thing that happens like with the collective unconscious where the vibes just aren't there anymore. And so finally I was just like, okay, I'll take down my tree because the Christmas vibes are totally gone. I can't, prop it up myself. So I did that. And there's always like this little slump after that, after the holidays for me. But feeling good now, feeling good other than the cold and optimistic and excited. And I want to know about you and what your experience has been. This, by the way, is the tea that I learned how to make in an Indian restaurant years ago. I think it's my favorite tea. It's just Darjeeling tea, loose. I like the loose. You can use the packs. Some ginger, some anise, the beautiful little star anise, pods or seeds, whatever you call them, the whole ones. Um, Cinnamon, ginger. It's really warming and satisfying. It's like comfort. It's a major comfort drink. It's so good. Oh, and cardamom pods. So you get like this layer of spice. It's so good. So I'll wait for you guys to call. Start talking about the shows. I wanted to talk about Day of the Jackal because I got so obsessed with that, but it's been like 3 weeks. So I have a couple other ones. Well, one other one that I watched when I was really sick. Not I say really sick, just really uncomfortable. Nothing too bad. Um, During that, I watched Landman. Oh, by the way, I always have to preface all this with these chats. We talk about movies a lot. We talk about books. We talk about everything. So if you're expecting a straight Dr. Goldner type of thing, this is not for you. This is for community and to get to know each other. And I get to talk about stuff that that's not food. Although we talk about that too. So, and also nothing that I say is ever medical advice. Always check with your own doctor, all that. Okay, so Landman. So I really like Paramount Plus. I like those Taylor Sheridan shows, but I think he gets a little, I don't think he understands women very well. And the women in this show completely ruined it for me. I won't give away any spoilers. I'll try not to. I hope that's not a spoiler. But they're just so cartoony and just, ugh, awful. This is the worst show yet that I've ever seen. I watched it anyway. I kind of hate watched it. Billy Bob Thornton, he's always good. He's a great actor, but it was really hard to care about anybody in the show. And it was just kind of I was on the couch. It was in the background. That was the show for me. But people really like that show, so it could just be me. But the women were just kind of an insult to your intelligence type of characters, like really, really bimbo, and just brought nothing, right? Except for, I'm sure, like, you know, prettiness or whatever. But that's it. And it wasn't, I didn't like it. Not anywhere near as good as his other shows, I thought. And I would not recommend it. But if you've seen it, let me know what you thought. That's just my personal opinion. No offense if it's one of your favorites. Um, Interesting stuff about the oil industry. There were some things that Billy Bob said that I thought was uh, thought provoking. He talks about windmills. There's this one woman in the show. She's like extremely the word. she was just challenging him at every turn, and he had to kind of educate her on the realities of the oil business. That part was interesting. Yeah, it's just kind of yuck for me. I wouldn't watch it again. Um, but the one from the week before was Day of the Jackal. Brilliant, brilliant. That was on Peacock. That's where I got it. And the actor, this is what I like in actors. I don't want to know that you're acting. I don't want to feel like I'm watching you act. I want to forget. I want to feel like I'm watching a real person, right? If I can tell you're acting, it just takes me right out. And that totally was the case with the other one. Like those girls. Ugh. But for me, um, so Eddie Redmayne, never heard of him or seen him, and I like that too when I watch something that is unknown to me. Like the actors are unknown. I really like unknown because I have no um, associations with them. I don't know. Actors have become very outspoken with, their personal lives and political beliefs and all that, and that just really wrecks it for me because I watch shows to escape. I don't want to know anything about them. I just want to watch them. I just want to watch them act and play a character. And the more I know about them, the more it ruins it for me. And I didn't know a thing about him. Not that he doesn't do that too, but I didn't know anything about him. It was just like a totally new, fresh face. And I would like to know if you've seen this. Do you think that that character is a psychopath? That's my question for you. I'm curious. And were you rooting for him? And I don't want to say my opinion, I guess, without the conversation going, but um, I'm curious what you thought about that. In the beginning, like to me, it really gets going around the second and third episodes. Like the first one, I was pretty detached because he's detached. He's very cold. But as the show progresses, you learn more and more that give his behaviors context and stuff. Really, really well done. I'm sure more shows like that. And I really like suspense and thrillers. And I want to be on the edge of my seat and like feel like I have to see the next one. And that's what I got with that. And they're coming out with another one in when are they coming out? 2026. So next year we get more, which I'm excited about because I really want to see what happens to this guy. Okay, nobody's talking to me. I hate when I have to talk and talk and talk in the beginning before because it's like, okay, I'm going to use up all the stuff that I was going to talk about. I have one more thing to talk about that I'm so excited about. It's this book. If you like reading, this is a book for book lovers. And this is a book that gives you those cozy cafe bookstore vibes. It's like a comfort book, a comfort read. I love it so much. And these characters are really sweet. And there's actually something I wanted to read to you. Maybe I'll read it to you. That right away, yeah, there's something. Just read all this. Yeah, I'm going to read this to you because I just think it encapsulates the vibe of this book and why I like it. And for us, because most of us here are doing nervous system work in some form or another. And this really speaks to that for me. It says, in the past, she used to live by mantras like passion and willpower, as if by imprinting the words on her mind, they would somehow breathe meaning into her life. Then one day, she realized it felt like she was driving herself into a corner, and she resolved never to let those words dictate her life again. Instead, she learned to listen to her body, her feelings, and be in happy places. She would she would ask herself these questions. Does this place make me feel positive? Can I be truly whole and uncompromisingly myself? Do I love and treasure myself here? For Yangchu, the bookshop checked all the boxes. I love that. That is so cool. And I think that that's the evolution of it really represents my evolution to because I've used those words too. Well, especially passion, like find out what you're passionate about. Blah, blah, blah. It's not necessarily about that. It's about where you feel safe. And because if you feel safe and you feel like you can be you and you feel whole, then it opens up a whole world of self-expression and exploration. And you see the world in a totally different way than if you're caught up in the anxiety. And this is something they talk about on here a lot too, is like the anxiety of earning a living. and what constitutes happiness. Like there's this one character that talks about um, becoming good at doing what you're good at and having a career where you've accomplished something, whether you're happy or not, that equals happiness. And she, this character, Yangju, she says that's not, for her, that's not happiness. That is not, she doesn't want a life like that. It's about the more subtle, everyday things for her. And she learned a totally different concept of success and what that means to her. And I totally relate to this because for me, all the thing, I just go about my day. I enjoy my days so much, and it's the little things. It's those little things. It's this tea, I talk about it all the time about the tea, but it brings me so much joy. And there's a tea scene in this book too, where two of the characters are having quince tea, and they were kind of talking about that, about how that simple pleasure gives you so much joy, just like adds to the fullness of your life, those simple little things. I just love that. I love seeing, it's kind of a validation or something, I don't know what it is, but seeing your own thoughts in print, that somebody else thinks that too. And just those simple little things, the little things, glimmers they call them, like the texture of your fuzzy blanket, and how wonderful it is to curl up in your bed at night with the book, or take a nice hot shower, or the fragrance of your essential oils, or the food. Like food's a huge one, but all those little things that we can take so much pleasure in every day. I like to mark my year with events and special things to look forward to, like a trip or something big. But really, it's those little everyday things, those little moments all day long. Even if you're sick and having a bad day, you can take so much pleasure in that warm cup of tea and your comfy blankets, and that you get to lay in bed that day and watch movies. That's, even you feel like crap, but it's still a good day because you have all those wonderful things. And gosh, I don't know. There's just so many cool things, and some of these characters, that they're at a crossroads, and it's nice to. It's interesting to me to hear them talk about their crossroads and how they're going to move forward with different decisions. And it's Korean, so their culture is a little bit different. The things they talk about and values a little bit different. That's fascinating to me. But it's all universal, right? Humanity has all these same themes. I love it. Highly recommend. It's a slow-moving book. It's not like a page turner where you're full of suspense and stuff, but it is a page turner for me, because I don't know, I love it. It's one that I would probably read again, but it's not like high impact. It's just I would say it's a comfort book. I'm really glad I found it. And there's, like, on the pages, there's these little I love little touches like this in a book. I just love it. All right, nobody's here, and I don't have the energy to keep talking much longer. So a couple of people are here, but if you're not going to talk to me, I'm going to go. But I would love to hear in the comments what you're reading, if you're reading anything, if you've ever read this one, and if you liked it, or what your thoughts are on it. And I'm bummed that no one showed up, but maybe I didn't talk long enough. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I don't like to get on here and then just wait and not talk at all, have all that dead air. So hopefully this works for you. I felt bad that I missed before. Speaking of that, I don't have a video for Wednesday because I've had too many balls in the air and I've been sick. So I don't know if we're going to have one Wednesday. I'll try, but I think it's doubtful. So maybe this will serve as the video for next week. And then my life's getting really hectic with too much to do and not enough time. So I may go back to the thing where 1 week it's a video with the food, and 1 week it's talking about stuff. I mean, that's kind of my goal, to do that, because that's way more manageable for me and doable, because I'm feeling just slightly burnt out, and I don't want to get to where I'm so burnt out I don't want to do it anymore. So expect that. I should have said this at the beginning of the video, huh? Well, I'll have to bring it up again in the next video and just let everyone know that it's probably not going to be every week the way it's been, at least for now.